Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I want to talk about the Ripple SEC lawsuit and where do we go from here. So we're going to go through some of the facts and break it down. Before we go further, please go ahead, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, since the lawsuit was issued by the SEC, of course, a low ball, a dick move from Jay Clayton as he ran out the door. He's of course gone, and there's now a new temporary SEC chair. Well, the price of XRP, surprisingly, is still holding in a good spot. Now, you may say, dude, what are you talking about? It's down 50% in the last 7 days. Are you crazy? Well, if this thing is supposedly so bad for XRP, it would have crashed down to maybe 5 cents or a penny. Right? And drop down the market cap list, but it's still holding a top spot of number 4. So that's a good sign. Now, there are, of course, some exchanges that have stated, hey, we're going to pause trading. And that makes sense. There's some FUD going around that, hey, exchanges are going to delist XRP. They're not going to delist it, guys. They are going to pause, halt, stop trading. That means XRP is still sitting on their books. They can turn on the switch at any time. So there's a difference between delisting and halting trading. So that's a bit of FUD I want to clarify there, right? So Bitstamp's going to do that starting January 8th. We'll see what if other exchanges follow suit. Coinbase supposedly is thinking about it. We'll see what happens. Now, I've been talking about it in my videos before that I do believe Ripple has an ace up its sleeve. I do believe they have a strong legal counsel. We're going to talk about it. I do believe they have some great facts on their side, such as what took place with the FinCen back in the day. Now, a few things I want to read from Stuart Alderati, who's the general counsel at Ripple, because it addresses a lot of the FUD and then the people trying to really spread FUD around XRP and Ripple, going around saying, "See, I told you guys it's a scam." It is not a scam. And let me read through what Stuart said here. Seeing lots of tweets spreading misinformation, legal and otherwise. Here are some facts. Number 1, first line of the SEC complaint alleges from at least 2013, years before the DAO report. Yet the complaint was not filed for 7 years and the day before the chair leaves office? Yep, very fishy, right, guys? But those are facts. Number 2, there are no fraud or misrepresentation claims. So what some people are saying is that, oh, see, Ripple's CEO and the founders scammed people, they frauded, they misrepresented something. They didn't. Just like any other crypto in the market and any foundation behind that crypto or company behind the crypto, they're just trying to build an ecosystem. They're trying to solve a problem, right? They were never saying, hey, you're getting stock in Ripple. You're going to get dividends. No, unless you're an idiot, there was never anything that was put out there. Now, he continues saying, there is one legal question. Did certain of Ripple's distributions of XRP constitute an investment contract? We look forward to litigating that in court and providing the industry the clarity it deserves. Now, key note, he puts industry. This does not only affect XRP and Bitcoin maximalists. You guys need to relax, because I see just because Bitcoin is out of the clear here, this market is not only going to survive with Bitcoin alone, it's going to be the other digital assets. And if you look at what's happening holistically of tokenization on the blockchain of securities and so on and so forth, what's happening with Ripple here will show the path forward for other cryptos, such as Cardano, such as Algorand, such as VeChain, and many more, right? We've seen Charles Hoskinson, who's, of course, the founder of Cardano, he's been talking about this situation because he knows that this situation with Ripple affects him and it's going to affect many of the other digital assets in the market. So Stuart continues saying, number 3, as always, the SEC cherry-picked and truncated the facts, quotes, etc. Example, no mention that throughout 2018, Ripple's XRP sales represented only 0.095% to 0.43% of global XRP volume, and in Q1, those sales amounted to 0.22% of the overall trading volume. Now, guys, I want to bring you back to 2013, where the FinCen had ruled that, or I should say, categorize Ripple XRP, or XRP specifically, as a virtual currency. This is a document from FinCen.gov, and it's where the Ripple had paid their fine for a statement of violations and all of that, right? You guys know the backstory. But let me read the language they put here in this legal document. They said here, Ripple Labs facilitated transfers of virtual currency and provided virtual currency exchange transaction services. Interesting. The currency of the Ripple network, known as XRP, was pre-mined. In other words, unlike some other virtual currencies, XRP was fully generated prior to its distribution. As of 2015, XRP is the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization after Bitcoin. Now, of course, this is 2015, right? But notice how they categorized it. Virtual currency. So this is where Ripple has been really beating the drum, saying, hey, you have different sectors of the government classifying XRP and other digital assets and crypto in different frameworks. So this, I believe, is an ace up the sleeve, or I should say something that's on Ripple's slide, that part of the government has already classified XRP as a currency, not a security. So that's good, right? The other part is, the SEC alleges that from 2013, so they knew from 2013, but they didn't do anything in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and they do it as soon as Jay Clayton is leaving at the end of 2020. Something's wrong here, right? Something smells fishy here. Now, there is a statute of limitation here for the SEC. So here's an article, even from 2013, saying the U.S. Supreme Court clarifies scope of 5-year statute of limitations in SEC enforcement proceedings. So this is another factor on Ripple's side. You guys knew this since 2013 and didn't say anything to us. And when the FinCen issued us, a respective violation, they classified us as a virtual currency. Why didn't you say anything, SEC? See what I'm talking about, guys? Now, I'm not a lawyer. I know many of you are obviously not lawyers as well. But this is logic. This is factual. This is easy to understand here. Something is not right here. So I think these are the things Ripple has as an argument that they can bring before the respective courts in their favor, and just the timing of everything. So very strange, guys, right? Isn't that strange? And I think that's why Stewart is essentially saying this. And even an article that was literally written today called SEC versus Ripple, a predictable but undesirable development. It was written by Carol Goforth on Cointelegraph. Well, who is she? Let me make sure I tell you guys who she is before I read what she wrote here. She essentially summarized the entire situation and gave her respective thoughts. So Carol Goforth is a university professor and the Clayton N. Little Professor of Law at the University of Arkansas School of Law. So she's a professor of law, guys, right? So this is not some amateur Twitter person here tweeting. Here's a conclusion of her article after she gave the whole rundown, the lay of the land. This comment should not be taken as approval of the SEC's current approach and relative hostility to crypto offerings. As the SEC's complaint notes, the XRP sales that are now being questioned took place over many years. The initial sales date back to 2013, which had happened considerably before the SEC first publicly announced its position that digital assets should be regulated as securities if they fit within the Howey investment contract analysis, which did not come until 2017 with the DAO report. Moreover, since 2015, Ripple has been proceeding in accordance with the settlement reached with FinCen, right? That document I just literally showed you guys. Since that time, Ripple has worked to bring its operations into compliance with BSA requirements, operating as if XRP is a currency rather than a security. So even she, as a law professor, is referencing like, okay, this is kind of weird. This has been going on since 2013, and they're now saying something very fishy, right? It's almost like the SEC dropped the ball, and this is kind of a last-ditch effort to do something. I don't know, but it reeks of a vendetta, personal vendetta with Jay Clayton because of the timing. It wasn't like they came out last year and said, okay, we're investigating Kick, we're investigating Ripple, we're investigating this company and that company and Telegram and so on and so forth. This was very shady, and he's not even here to clean up the mess. He's just going to leave it for the next chairman, which is really, really unprofessional in my opinion. And once again, that statute of limitation, guys, it's very, very interesting because she also references, the time, the delay here. So we shall see. And, the other part, which I saw Stuart tweet about, and he was so bold about it, which made me think he had something up his sleeve, right? Or the folks at Ripple have something up their sleeve. He said in 2015, the U.S. government concluded XRP was a virtual currency. Last I checked, the SEC is still part of the U.S. government. Here's the plus side. The industry will finally get the clarity it deserves. Goodbye, Howey test. Hello, Ripple test. So essentially, is what I'm talking about, guys, that the SEC failed at putting together a version of the Howey test for digital assets because you cannot use these 80-year-old Howey tests on digital assets. It doesn't align with securities, traditional securities and stocks and so forth, right? So that's why he's saying Ripple test, because a new test or an updated Howey test 2.0 or whatever you want to call it, will be put into place to the industry and the government officials and so on and so on, the law on how to treat digital assets and crypto, right? Because right now it seems like the SEC is just pulling shit out their ass because this move by Jay Clayton once again, very unprofessional. So we will see how this plays out. But, as far as the next steps, what the hell is going to happen, right? Well, this is going to play out. I'm hoping for some fast declaration here, but who knows? The fact that Jay Clayton just ran out, we'll see if this even carries any weight with the new chairman. Maybe the new chairman or the tentative or interim chairman throws this out. Maybe Brian Brooks of the LCC helps convince the SEC to drop this because he said crypto regulations in 6 to 8 weeks a few weeks ago, right? Which would put us in January. So there's a lot of unknown here. Like I said, it's going to get messy. Certainly a lot of uncertainty here, but I hope the facts I just showed you shine some light on the ammo Ripple has. And I like to remind you guys, Ripple's got some muscle behind them. Government, former regulators behind them. XRP isn't a security, declares former CFTC chairman. This was from earlier this year, guys. Chris Giancarlo. This is a government official. This is not some random dude on Twitter. This is a guy who went and spoke to a Forbes writer to have these things outlined and putting himself out there. I just want you to think, why would he do that, right? Because XRP is going to be positioned to be used by the biggest banks around the world. We know the connection to the IMF and so on and so forth, right? We've talked about that ad nauseum. Congressman Tom Emmer. Why would this man go this year on video on a I think it was a webinar with Brad and other people in the blockchain and crypto industry saying, let me be clear, XRP is not a security. Why would he put himself out there like that, right? Is he trying to make himself a target? No, guys. They know what the hell is happening here. This is pretty clear as day. I know people get tribal when it comes to crypto. They are caught up in their emotions. I'm sure some Bitcoin maximalists are going to comment on this video saying, XRP is a shitcoin, scam coin. Okay, you want to provide a more logical, professional statement there and push back on, these facts. They can't argue this, right? When you have people in the government and former regulators behind you. And I had reported on it former SEC commissioner had come out, Joseph Grunfest, saying this is bullshit, that what Jay Clayton just did, that he would just release this the day and then a couple days later he's gone, right? And this is going to cause people to lose money. So why would Joseph Grunfest do this, right? Why would he put himself out there? This guy served as a commissioner under Ronald Reagan's administration. So, and then you have former SEC chair, right? The same seat that Jay Clayton held, who has been helping Ripple and representing them, Mary Jo White. Guys, I mean, you really got to have your head buried in the sand to not see what the hell is going on here with Ripple and XRP. Now, as I stated, there's uncertainty here. This is going to be messy, but I do believe Ripple has some aces up their sleeve. I do believe, regardless of what the outcome is, if it's a security and Ripple has to pay a fine, or this whole stupid lawsuit gets thrown out, or they just don't find Ripple, they fall under some sort of, I don't know, what Hester Pierce has been putting out of a sandbox. Okay, you guys sold it in 2013 as a security. Yes, it was done that way in 2013, 2014, or whatever. But we're going to give you a pass because we didn't provide the clarity back then, and you guys were given the classification as a virtual currency from the FinCen, right? Another section of the government here, which obviously just like the SEC is. And remember, this statute of limitations is also at play. Now, we'll see. Look, at the end of the day, the SEC is very powerful. They could force something or do something or come up with something here. I'm not saying this is a definitive or certainty, but we'll have to wait and see how it plays out, But I think, like I said, Ripple has some aces up its sleeve that could work out well in its favor. My hope is this thing is a speedy outcome and we get the clarity you need. And once again, this is not only for XRP, guys. This is for other cryptos. What do you think they're going to do after they're done with Ripple and XRP? You people that own Ethereum, look, Ethereum is moving from proof of work to proof of stake. They better watch their back, right? Even the other cryptos in the market. So we shall see, my friends. But I do believe the connections that Ripple has, the history with the FinCen and working with regulators, the government and regulators who are backing XRP, clearly stating publicly it's not a security, former SEC officials working with them. I mean, my goodness, right? They're in a really good position to fight this. Obviously, all things relative, right? In the fact that if they were caught in this situation, but they were caught flat-footed, well, we'll see. That might not have worked out well, but the fact that I think they're ready and prepared, I think they knew this was coming. Obviously, they anticipated the news and they put out the news initially. So I think they're ready and prepared to fight this, and I think it will work out in Ripple's favor regardless of the outcome, because XRP and what Ripple's doing is global. It's not just about the US, right? They have the clarity in the other countries. In Japan, they have a financial conglomerate invested in Ripple, and the CEO is publicly bullish on XRP. I mean, once again, you got to have your head stuck in the ground to not see that. You guys know I've interviewed the CEO of SBI Ripple Asia. I've heard directly from him. He's talked about Mr. Yoshitaka Katao once again, and they've been giving shareholders XRP and all kinds of stuff. You guys know about it. So I am not worried. I know a lot of people are. I'm not telling you what to do with your XRP, but these are facts I'm looking at, and I consistently research and read up and see what's happening, right? And once again, I think a lot of things are in Ripple's side. And the fact that Jay Clayton ran out, I think is also a fact that is also on Ripple's side, that no consistency. The guy who's pushing this is gone. We'll see what happens, right? And then the interim SEC chair, Elad Roisman, is pro-crypto from what we've seen from his statements. And then you have Hester Pierce there. So let's see how things work out, guys. I personally diversify. I hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, VeChain, and so on and so forth. I've not sold my XRP. I'm still holding on to it. I still think XRP is going to do well. I've said it before, XRP is a long-term hold. So guys, do you agree with me? What do you think about the facts I presented? Set aside emotions, right? Even if you own XRP, set aside emotions. What do you honestly think? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys later.